Welcome to Factorio launch per second. Well, last time, actually before we get into last time, if you notice, we have a little bit of a deadlock with our trains right now, and I think we're probably going to have to do something about it. Yes, everything seems not to be moving at all, so yes, that's quite extensive, isn't it? Let's come back up here. If you notice, this is the iron here, and in fact, this whole area, well, the area that we're pointing to there is one segment, and we don't have anything. We don't have any signals blocking the two sides of the track. So as soon as we put that one in, a chain signal, everything will start flowing again, and there we have it, deadlock broken. So yeah, the smallest things can make all the difference in one of these systems. So last episode we were setting up the electronic components, and yes, you can see this is now clear. Last episode we're setting up the electronic components for the circuits, the modules and circuits that we need for the rocket control unit, and this episode we're going to progress to the next element in the whole situation, which let's see. Yeah, so we've already done the first two. Looking down into the next ones, we can see that it's the module case that we still need to, or that we next need to do, and they need aluminium and plastic. So we currently haven't sorted out the aluminium, and that will be what we next do to get these products back in line. Now back up at the multi-depot, you can see here we are at the bauxite, and yes, that's correct, the aluminium ore. And how do we make aluminium plate? If we just quickly find the recipe, you can see we need alumina and carbon. We already have carbon supplied from below, so we really just need to find out how we make alumina, and there it is there. Alumina. So that's the recipe that we need to put in place using the dual purpose, or the multi-purpose furnace. Let's see. We need some space to run the product once it's done. I think around here on the side of the lead processing is what we need to do. So if we build our furnaces round about here, and maybe run the raw product through the middle and the alumina on the outside, that's probably as good as any. And yes, if you haven't guessed it yet, I am actually still doing a voiceover with another lost original narration, but these don't go on forever. I do, fortunately, my current ones have all been, the recording has been recorded, in fact, so we're good. If we have a bit of space here, just in case it's not enough, but with the God modules in, you get a pretty high production. We need to bring in the existing products. So what is it? Sodium hydroxide. We have plenty of that already in the network. I think it's a byproduct of the saltwater electrolysis, which we do in a number of places, so we have quite a lot of it. Let's use express belts to get the product, the alumina, onto a belt, and just connect 2 belts together to cover both sides of the belt. And we have to come out a fair way, so leave a bit of space for more, and make sure that we've got enough space to get past all of the lead processing, which would be roughly here, say. So let's back up to the top, the easiest way to find where we need to, where the belt needs to go. Do it backwards in this case, and connect it up. Now we need carbon as well to get the plate. But yes, just before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we've only made the alumina so far. We need the electrolysis machine to combine the carbon and alumina so that we can get our aluminium plate, which of course is what we're actually after. So just in case, we'll throw in another couple of machines. We probably don't really need them. The throughput is probably, of 2 machines, is probably more than sufficient, but this should fill the belt fairly nicely, having them both. And yeah, as I say, it probably is overkill, but I guess better to be safe than sorry. So 4 machines. Extend the bauxite line a little bit further, and inserters into everything, and some more express inserters to put the product on the belt, and we'll see where we can fit in our electrolysis machines. Let's just run this alumina up to the top, put the alumina along there. Now this is carbon, I believe. Yes, that's the carbon processing there, already coming up the belt. We don't need quite as much of the carbon as we do the alumina in the recipe, so we can probably split off a bit of carbon from there and bring it across for making the aluminium plate. So let's do that. Let's put in a splitter here, like so, and then underground it over here, and then just run it on the outside of the existing alumina, like so. Whoops. Very easy to accidentally get carried away on the belts. So there we go. Now we need electrolysis machines, I think. Yes, that's right, electrolysis machines to process our alumina and carbon into aluminium. So let's see, let's grab some green Mark IV machines, and may as well slap down 4 of them, I guess, because again that will largely fill a belt. I doubt it will actually use the full potential of our alumina production, but never mind. So let's fill across, find an express long inserter. No, not that one, just the standard long, and third time lucky. There we go. Slap these down in a symmetrical way with each machine, and a normal express inserter to pick up the alumina. Okay, and set that we need to set the product into the machines, just like we did with the alumina. So whack down some express inserters to get the product onto a belt. We'll use we'll cover both sides of the belt, so express inserters for the first 2, and then the express and air inserters for the remaining 2 machines. Need another 4, and look at that, we get 4 just perfectly onto our belt. Let's put the remaining inserters in place. That should more or less have a compressed super fast belt of aluminium plate. Now, our Mark IV pole, let's see if the medium pole, one medium pole can cover the whole thing, and it looks like it can. And the alumina processing, one pole can cover that as well, though they're not even connected, so we need another pole anyway. And where's the nearest power? Just down here at the rail station, so I guess one more aluminium pole, and there you have it. Processing set. Let's not forget the God modules, makes all the difference. And copy the formula across to the other machines. And move over a little bit for the last one. And God modules in them as well. And there we have it. A very full belt of aluminium plate heading down to the circuits processing. Now, for the module cases, we needed plastic and aluminium. We've created the well, the aluminium's coming. We already have a line of plastic going across, so we can just hook into the same line, and hopefully it's sufficient. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So if we break this underground about here with another splitter, use the same strategy we used for the circuits, the basic electronic components, that should give us plastic. In just a moment, I need to cough. And there we have it. Plastic on one side. Now we just need to run the aluminium over and get it to connect onto the other side of our underground. We don't quite have the same mechanism with the assembly machine as we were able to use with the silicon wafers, so if we just run it around the side, might be slightly messy, but it will do. So another splitter here for the aluminium, and we'll run the aluminium across and back round, and then it will connect going down into, so a little bit more space so it can connect into the top. There we have it, and yeah, we can just run a little bit of transport belt down the side like that, and the aluminium can come all the way to here, to the start of our circuit processing. And run this line back to, where is the aluminium? Here it is. Connect the two up. And that should give us both products needed for the module cases. Yes, it's running through, so that's perfect to both parts. Now we just have to duplicate it along to the second part. So basically we're going to duplicate it 4 times, well, duplicate it 3 times, have it 4 times in total. Make a quick blueprint of the item, if we can find an available blueprint that we don't need. One of these ones, probably not going to need too much. Yeah, I probably need some of those. Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, so let's copy this construction into a new blueprint. We won't need it for terribly long, but it will be perfect for yeah, just line it up. It'll be perfect for this copying across. A lot easier than manually recreating everything we've just done, but it needs to be a little bit higher, just up here. And of course the plastic line is slightly in the way, but we can sort that out as well. Let's just put that blueprint away for the moment and make a break in the line. We'll underground it for as far as we can go. Whoops, that's going a little bit too far. Let's just repair repair what we've just done. Now put an underground back in place. Helps slightly with performance as well doing this, which is probably a good thing. Connect it up. There we go, and now we can go back to our blueprint, insert our plastic aluminium line about, let's just make sure we get it lined up properly again. And up one more. Right, there you go. Perfect. And connect the underground down to the circuits area. Come on, robots. Hurry up and build that. Yes, we're in the network, so it shouldn't take them too long. There we go. So we need another underground to connect up the aluminium plate. And of course it doesn't quite make it, but that's okay. There we go. And we now have both sides of, whoops, let's just correct the direction of that one. And there you go, both sides of the belt supplying or filled with the necessary ingredients. Now we just need this twice more. Maybe we'll fix up the blueprint so this one will be slightly better, slightly less manual interference required at each step. So we need this at the third pair. Just get everything lined up properly, stamp it down once here, and the last one just here. There we go. Using robots definitely speeds this whole process up immensely. Just put it on the other side of the underground. And make sure the aluminium is connected. There we go. And the plastic needs something. It needs to be extended a little bit, or underground. Let's just underground this part. That should be fine. And there you have it. We've done all of the pieces required for the module cases. So we're certainly making good progress. Next episode we'll start looking at the solder and some of the other components. We should be able to probably knock off a couple of these things. Certainly the solder is actually used in both the speed module 1s and the logic processing boards, so that will get rid of 2 more of our columns of ingredients that we need to supply. So yeah, the solder there, and as you can see over there as well. So yes, that's what we're going to do in the next episode. Hopefully we can get a little bit more done as well, filling in these remaining ingredients in the course of the next couple of episodes. But anyway, thanks so much for joining us, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.